Hello and welcome to the site. I am so glad you've taken a moment to join me here today. You know, most of the people who find their way here are leaders, and I'm going to guess that the same is true for you. Leadership isn't so much about title, is it? It's really more about intention. And if it's your intention to bring all of your gifts and talents to bear in order to make a positive impact in the world, then you are a leader at heart. My name is Colette Policier, and I could talk to you about leadership's busyness epidemic, or about all the competing and compelling priorities that you contend with. I could talk to you about how difficult the business landscape is these days, because all of these things are true enough. But I'd rather invite you to consider a different conversation. You know, underneath all of the capabilities, all the skills, all the actions of leadership, there is the truth about leadership, that it is a form of living legacy. It changes people's lives in lasting ways. It affects people directly in the moment and in ripple effect ways that we can't even imagine. What's being asked of you and your leadership is changing, and I'm going to bet that you've experienced that in one way or another, or maybe in many different ways. We're in transition to a new set of future fluent capabilities, from command and control leadership to a form of leadership that's more inclusive, from leadership at the top to leadership at every point of interaction, from fear-based motivation to motivation that's more conscious and more generative, and from a sense of guidance and direction that we source from somewhere out there to navigation that we access from deep inside of each and every one of us. Are you on the path, or do you want to be? I'm talking about the path of go deep or go home, personal and professional growth on every level. You see, there's an evolutionary impulse that's in play. It's everywhere around us, and it's either pulling you or it's pushing you right now. So what does that look like? Well, it might look like a commitment to purpose-driven contribution, or wanting to know more about your purpose. It might be a deep drive to make meaningful impact and create lasting value, which is different than the sum total of the actions that you take. Or it might be a calling to advance the consciousness of your leadership. There are any number of resources available out there today that can talk to you about this transition, can tell you what it looks like and what it's asking for. Very few can tell you how to do it, and this is my zone of genius. You see, I'm a transition guide. I'm an up-level Sherpa, if you will, and I help leaders just like you reveal a deeper level of personal, interpersonal, and professional mastery for yourself and for those who look to you for leadership. If this conversation is interesting to you, let's stay in touch. And here are how the ways that we can do that. There's a complimentary resource that you can access at the top of this page. It's about how to advance your leadership presence. Or if you'd like to be notified when new resources or new programs are made available, please sign up in Leadership Academy, and I'll be pleased to stay in touch with you that way. And if you're ready to explore what up-leveling your leadership might look like, it would be such a privilege to offer you a completely complimentary strategy session. And thank you for all the ways that you work to make the world a better place. I am so grateful for you. Keep shining.